Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your co-host, Coach Kid, a.k.a. the Professor, a.k.a. the Doctor, a.k.a. that Slayer.
What you slaying, though?
That thing right there. What's up? I'm alongside my co-host. What's up, baby girl? A.k.a. Simply Net, a.k.a. Lynette, a.k.a. Karen Canion.
All right. I like, you don't say Karen Canion that much.
I know.
So I like it when you.
I remember in the bathroom the other day. I said, "Hello, Miss Canion."
I like that too. You never say that. I earned that name.
You earned it.
I wore out 792 pairs of shoes getting that name. Call it.
You ain't wear that many pairs
of shoes. Yes, I did.
You should have wore out 700 pair of knee pads, and you would have earned it. All right, y'all.
Good evening. Thank you guys for joining us on this super duper fantastic Thursday evening. We're going to cut everything that was said before now. Welcome to Candid Conversations with the Grand Canions.
Hey, baby. First off, I want to tell y'all, listen, subscribe to our channel. Look, we are getting anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 new subscribers every single month. We are growing.
That is,
and some people, we're going to talk about it in a minute. Some people don't like what we got to say, but they still watching though. So that makes a difference. But what I wanted to say is, listen, y'all, the Candid Conversations tour starting January 22nd. June 22nd. So we want you to get your tickets. It's going to sell out. The first one is going to be in our area, Greensboro, North Carolina, High Point, Triad, Winston-Salem. And if you are anywhere, Durham, Raleigh area, within 2 mile radius, you need to be there.
2 mile radius?
2 hour.
Oh, okay.
Radius,
you said 2 miles.
I'm sorry.
You bought January, 2 mile. We cut. No, I'm just kidding.
No, baby, okay.
Yes, it's going to be full of, we have comedy there.
You're going to do comedy, right?
We'll see if I'm the comedian or not. We'll see. We're going to have a little music there.
No music?
We're going to have a lot of fun, exciting conversation. There will be food and a little libation.
Little libation in the thing. Listen, y'all, and we're going to talk about all of this later on, baby. And then we're going to talk about, we want to thank, first of all, this show is sponsored by PCC, the Pocket Communication Coach. When you have to say it, but you just don't know how.
Also, we want to remind you guys to subscribe to this channel, right?
Yes. Subscribe, click the notification bell.
I was going to say that. I always want to say something about the notification bell, but before I get to say it, you will say it first. So
Go on, say it one time.
You have already done it. It's never mind. No, click the notification bell, please. And so when we do videos, you'll get notified. They'll let you know. And you will never miss the Grand Canyons. I had something else to say, but you threw me off.
But look how I'm looking at you.
I see how you're looking at me. That's going to get you something for the end of the night.
Okay. All right. So tonight on Candid Conversations, let's do a throwback from last week.
Okay.
Do you know last week when we did the clip that our great producers put up for us on what did you hear? We talked about communication. And the question was, what did you hear when I asked you, what do you hear when somebody says, your hair looks good today?
That was a few weeks back.
Oh, it was a few weeks ago.
That was several weeks back when we
did that. But it exploded this week.
Yes.
Over almost 900 comments.
Oh, wow.
I never had that many comments. 900 comments.
Wow.
Some people said, but what I found out during that, and I told you this, that a lot of times men and women view stuff very differently.
Very, very, very different.
Yeah.
Well, how do you say it? What he said, what she heard, or is it vice versa?
What she said, what he heard.
Okay.
And so tonight we wanted to kind of piggyback off of that. And the title of this show is How We Got Divorced. Almost got divorced.
How we almost got divorced.
We almost got divorced. Mm-hmm. We almost got divorced. So we're going to talk about that. But I wanted to ask you a question, though.
Yes.
So some people was giving you grief, saying because you were saying about your hair. Some people agreed with you about the hair thing, about what
today,
you heard.
When you said, today. your hair looks good today.
Yeah, it looks good
Right.
today. Some people agree with you, and some people was like, "Oh, that's insecurity because he didn't say that." And then some men were saying, "Dang, how do you give a compliment?" So, what do you say to all those people who had these different opinions?
Again, they're their opinions. Is that's how you feel. Don't tell me that my hair look good today or that my outfit look good today. Just tell me I look good. That's how I like to receive a compliment. If that's not how you like to receive a compliment, then use your words. Tell people what you like. But that's how that's what makes me feel good. That's what I like. And so I almost gave him the finger, but I ain't do that.
you want me to do it?
It was about to, but I'm just saying, that's how I like my, that's like me saying, okay, you started your little business. Oh, you okay? You got your little TikTok.
Right.
Some
I hate when people used to say you started your little business.
That may not bother some people, but some people it
used to
bothers.
bother
I mean,
me.
do
It
you like
bothers the hell out
cheese
of
or
me.
not? It's your preference. So that's their preference on how they like their compliment. Okay, you look good today. That's fine, but just tell me I look good. Okay. I might be having some issues about yesterday. It could be insecurity. If it is, it's mine, and I will fix it. But baby, that's how I like my compliments.
I like the way, for me, I am the type of person, I get my lick back. So people in the comment section, most times I don't read the comment. I mean, I read them, but because I don't mind a person disagreeing with me. I don't. But what I don't allow is name calling. I don't allow that. I comes at you when you come. I'm gonna get my lick back, and I'm super smart, and I can twist your ass up with words. Now, but I don't want to do that because I want. If you would disagree with me, let's talk about what we said. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the disagreement. All day long, it's about discussing stuff.
What gets me the most with comments, when people is your opinion. But you will make an opinion on a 30-second clip when you don't know. Like there's
they
a
won't
whole
watch
story.
the whole show.
There's a whole story behind it.
It's just like the guy Keon Henderson who told a lady to be quiet. When I had a whole different perspective when I heard him explain it. Now some people might have still had the same perspective. I think you did, but I had a whole different perspective of when he told her to be quiet after I listened to the explanation. A lot of people will take a 30-second or a minute clip. They will formulate an opinion, but they don't hear it in context.
Right.
I always say context matters. And so just like that's why when I said you paid for the first meal, in context, a lot of people are like, she paid for the first meal, she thirsty. But the truth is, it was a bet.
Right.
Which if you don't know that.
But what if I did though anyway? What if it wasn't a bet? Why does that make me thirsty?
But that's what we're going to talk about. People projecting their own insecurity. We're going to talk about them projecting their own pain. I'm going to talk about that tonight.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Okay, so I got a question. So I got a letter. So we're talking about communication. Tonight's all about communication and why we almost got divorced. And we almost got divorced because of lack of communication.
Because of communication. Poor communication.
What she said, what he heard. So I want to get your opinion on this letter.
Okay.
All right, let me grab this. All right. Dear Coach, I'm writing to get your advice on a matter that has me in a tizzy and thinking about breaking up with my fiance. He and I have been together 5 years and engaged for the last 6 months, planning to get married in December 2025. We are both 36 years old. So here goes. A few months ago, he attended a homecoming event at his college with some of his male college buddies. Gee, ho! I didn't think much of it because I'm used to him hanging out with that group. Well, lo and behold, I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see a picture of him and others, including his ex-girlfriend, whom he dated in college, in a group picture. Although there are plenty of other people in the picture, she and he sit real close to each other, but vicinity-wise. Okay? All right. In all fairness, everyone in the picture is doing the same hug. They're all hugging each other. Okay. My issue is that he never mentioned to me, he never communicated to me that his ex-girlfriend was going to be there, let alone the fact that they obviously spent time together based on the picture I saw. I am pissed, and he tells me I'm overreaching and I'm overreacting. He says it never entered my mind because nothing happened. The fact that he never mentioned it to me that she was there is a violation to me. I'm feeling like this is an issue of broken trust while he is acting like it is nothing. Please, coach, tell me he is wrong. Now, before I go in on this, I need to know what you thought. What are your thoughts on this? Because I got a few thoughts on it.
Well, this is my feeling. They came home. I'm sure he told her everything about homecoming. He told her he saw Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. But you forgot Aquanasia. Now, I just think that's an omission on purpose.
Yes.
And so I have an issue with that. Because that's like you were being dishonest.
Are you serious?
As a mother.
Oh, hell no.
Yes.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why you don't tell it. Because if it is nothing.
This is the reason why you don't tell it.
Because of the way you're acting.
I always say, my motto is you don't ever let your business beat you back home. I should have known that before I saw the picture.
But here's the problem.
Oh, no.
If there was nothing, if it was nothing going on, why do I have to tell you? Listen, I see girls that I done kicked it with at homecoming.
See, I don't know anything about those girls. I don't know
about
the ones that you practiced on, but I know about the ones that you had like really intimate feelings for. Like it wasn't a lot of them according to you in your story. Now, if I find out something later, I'm like, why you have to hide that? But if I see a picture of you and your ex-college woman, let me finish telling my part. Okay, so if I'm looking on social media, I'm flipping, and I see you got them upside down. You know that, right?
Yes.
So if I see you and all your boys at y'all tailgate, see fire. If I see all y'all, did I say that right? At the tailgate,
pretty good.
I see all y'all at the tailgate and everything. All the dudes. Some females. I know it's some females be around the tailgate. I know it. I done seen the tailgate, but that one. You didn't tell me about it. We got a problem, Houston.
Okay, so let me explain it. This is how men see it. A man says, that's somebody that I kicked it with. Okay, but if it was nothing, why even bring it up? Because it's going to create more problems within the relationship.
Who said?
Okay, can I finish? I'll let you finish. Okay. Communication.
Okay.
So the man makes a calculation in his head. He says, why bring it up? Nothing happened. I saw her. All right, we at home coming, everybody drinking, telling lies or telling, whatever, or thinking about 20, 30 years ago. But why introduce something that could potentially mess up your relationship? It's not that he's hiding. And I told her, it ain't that he's hiding anything. It's just that nothing went on. There was nothing of significance. So why am I going to introduce something that might cause stress in the relationship? Because the next thing I feel like a person would say, maybe you would be, what's she doing in the picture? I don't know. She was friends with every dude there.
I would have asked what she was doing in the picture. Like, it's a friendly picture. It's a friendly picture. But the fact that you did not tell me that, you told me about everything else that happened.
I don't tell you about everything that goes on.
You told me everything else that happened this weekend. You told me who done got. Listen. You tell me who done got fat. Who looked like they was your bus driver. Who looked like they was your bus driver in elementary school. Like all that stuff. You share with me all of that, but and so the thought of you all doing something that never would cross my mind. Like, we ain't nothing happen. I'm not expecting anything to happen. What do you mean? Ain't nothing happen. We ain't do nothing. I'm not expecting you to do anything.
But why do I need to tell you that I saw her there? But why do I need to tell you?
Why would you not? It's like you trying to hold on. Like, no.
So, okay, so let me ask you this then. So, if I tell you when I go back to homecoming, every girl that I ever smashed back in the day.
That's not what I just said. That's not what I just said.
I'm asking you a question.
I said someone that you had a very like according to you and other men, sex is just a physical act, right? Okay. So I'm talking about somebody that you had feelings for. Somebody that, why would you not share that?
But why? If I don't have feelings for him now? Why do I need to communicate that? So here, we're talking about communication here. What she's mad about in this
is that he did not communicate. That he left it out. I was about to say I was trying to make this personal. I was about to go there.
So my thing is this right here. Again, most men, I can't speak for every man, because somebody in the comments was like, just like they said about you, you don't speak for every woman. I know I don't speak for every damn man. I'm speaking for a lot of the men that I know.
Right.
A lot of men that I coach. Okay? That's what I'm speaking for. So I got some experience. But a man said, he makes a calculation, I'm going to communicate things that matter to me and matter to the relationship. So when I don't communicate about an ex, that does not matter to me or my relationship. She was in the picture, and so be it, she was in the picture, but that was it. Just like all of the other people that I see at homecoming that I might have smashed. But that I didn't mention. Do you think
that he left her out on purpose?
I think so. I think it's a possibility because he knew that she would begin interpreting much like you're doing right now.
He thought.
Huh?
He thought she would. He did not know because it didn't happen.
Yeah, but why?
He didn't give her
you know, can I tell you? Let me just bring this to you. I'm gonna bring this to you. A man, the number one thing that a man wants in a relationship is peace.
It's peace.
And so what the man ain't gonna do
I was going to say a piece of ass.
A piece of ass. That too. So that's all on the piece. that falls on the piece. But what he's not going to do, he's not going to introduce something that might disrupt his peace. If an ex comes around or was at homecoming, that he's not going to bring up the ex because that might disrupt his peace in his home.
So do you think that, what do you think disrupted it the most? Not telling it, or not telling it and the person finds out? Next.
No, I'm thinking about it. Can I think?
I really don't need an answer.
No, you don't want me to answer.
I'm just saying, think about it, Kenny. If I tell you that I did something, and I want to know what the audience thinks too. I want to know what the audience thinks about this, because we done got caught up. But what do you think? Should he tell, or should he keep it to himself, and why?
But you're making it say, should he tell? Like he did something.
No.
That's just communicate about it. That's how I'm interpreting it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, sir. Should he have communicated that he saw his ex? You didn't just see her. To me, seeing her is her walking across campus, you in the stands, and then you see her walking down the track, but you're together. You spent some time.
No, we didn't spend that. He didn't spend no time. They took the picture together. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, how you doing? How your mama doing? How your cousin Bobby doing?
But okay, so here's the thing. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why should he tell? What's the reasoning? Tell me the reasoning. Why do you feel like that if he didn't have anything to do with her, if it didn't matter, if they didn't do anything, then why does he have to tell?
So for me,
you got tears in your eyes.
Yes, because that choke was real.
That was a real ass choke, wasn't it?
For me,
I didn't see you get choked like that before.
Why, Kenny? For me, you telling me that, it lets me know that you trust me with that information.
Okay.
You telling me that has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with me and you and our relationship and what you're willing to trust me with and what you're willing to share with me.
That's fair. That's a fair thing. Let me ask you a question. For the person out there who the man has told her something, what about when I tell you, not you, but I'm saying, what if I he tells her? And then she uses it
as a weapon.
As a weapon against him.
You can never use it as a weapon.
But that's what a lot of people
that's the mistake I think I made in the beginning. I wouldn't use it as a weapon to you. I would never bring it back up to you. But I would, for myself, like I would create things in my mind. You get what I'm saying?
And that's why men don't want to talk about it.
But I would never say it to you, but I would have those issues myself. And so I had to get to a place where not only were you comfortable bringing me information, I was comfortable receiving it and holding it.
A lot of women are not comfortable when we talk about communication. A lot of women, a man doesn't feel safe to be able to share, to communicate it because it has been punitive against him. If I tell you that my ex-girlfriend was there, well, what that bitch doing there? Well, what is this? Why was you talking to her? And now he feels like the information that I've shared with you, I've been vulnerable, but now it becomes a punitive situation. I no longer want to do that.
I can only speak for myself. And the way that I got beyond that point was I had to heal myself. I had to not get so caught up in what you did or where you went. Like that, like you can go we don't have those issues.
Well, we don't have them now.
But I had to get to a point where it was more about me than about what you were doing. Like it was about me having peace within myself.
Right.
Like that is to think a man or someone is cheating on you or checking their phone or checking their messages or what. That's torture on a I lived it. It is absolute torture.
And you need to tell them because people are going to be like, well, we talking something that happened 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was when pagers were hot.
For the haters out there, just so they know.
Yeah, when pagers were hot and we were dating and I used to check his
because I was out there slipping and dipping and doing. Before we got married, I always tell people the reason I'm able to be Coach Ken is because Ken was a foul dude. Ken did some disrespectful shit, you know, on the low tip.
Yeah, it was always on the low. I never felt like you were always smooth enough for me to never quite pow ping. Okay, but it is all about being in a great space yourself.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
And so that's how we're able to have that great communication is because I think you've always had it. Well, not.
I'm about to say we're going to
as far as this part goes.
Story time.
I think you've always been there, but for me, I had to. It was something I had to work on.
I had to work on it too. So that leads us to story time. The title of this, we almost got divorced. So I want to give it into your perspective about what our issue was, what happened to us. I'm gonna let you tell the people because I've done this thing before where I said $7 saved our marriage, but we don't have to go there. But I just want you to tell them how we almost ended up in divorce court with Judge
Maybelline.
Toller. No,
Maybelline was first.
Okay, go ahead.
For us, it was the lack of proper communication.
Yeah.
It seemed like everything that you said to me was offensive. Everything that I said to you was offensive. And so because I shut down, we never talked about it.
Right. Yep. Because I used to want to talk.
You used to want to
and
talk.
You would shut down. But I used to want to be.
You gonna like that? So you would come like this.
Yes.
And so I would go into my closet.
But
that was just as bad as that, because just as that's a form of, to me, of control as well. Like so I'm going to control this by not speaking.
Powerful.
By not speaking.
Yes.
And so I was doing just as much damage to you as you were doing by not using words as you were using words. And I remember when we were sitting, having a conversation, trying to figure out where the relationship was going. And I don't remember the actual conversation, but I remember me saying to you, that's not what I meant. Right. And I said, well, you said this. And you're like, that's not what I said. It is what you said. That's not what I meant. And we realized that we were getting ready to abandon a relationship over hurt feelings and miscommunication. Hurt feelings and miscommunication. And I think, do you know the number one reason that relationships fail is uncommunicated expectation and need. Wow. That it is not infidelity. It is not finances like we've been told. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Whenever a person, and the people I coach, whenever somebody has a need and they feel like the other person isn't meeting it, what do? I'm out. Mm-hmm. I'm bailing out. Mm-hmm. But many times people don't communicate their needs. They don't communicate the needs, and then they punish the other person because the other person doesn't know what the need is. And what they say is, well, they should know. He should know because I'm acting a certain way, or she should know. And we don't communicate because most of us are poor communicators. That's a learned behavior. Some of it is. Yes. I will say that because I teach children who don't know how to communicate, who grow up to be adults who don't know how to communicate. As a child, and I think this is a big part of why I was a poor communicator. When I had an issue, I was told to sit down, be quiet. Yeah. When my feelings were hurt, I was told to sit down and be quiet. If there was whatever, it was sit down and be quiet. You be in a child's place. I was never able to use my voice. And so I felt as if my voice didn't matter. Wow. And so so I did not have great communication skills, to tell you. 98% of the people don't, and I didn't have them either. Mm-hmm. I know now, right? When we went to work on them, yes, we know now. But the thing is at the end of the day, what I realized, even in dating, even that with the posts we put up, I can look and tell that 98% of the people have poor communication skills. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to ask you. Here's the litmus test. Always the easy litmus test. Mm-hmm. Have you ever wanted to tell someone something and you did not tell them because number one, you did not know how to say it, or number two, you didn't say it because you didn't know how they were going to react? And that's most people. Then you're probably a poor communicator, more than likely. And so some people think because they say, I'm going to just tell them what's on my mind. Tell them what's on my mind. I'm going to just give it to them straight. And then the other person doesn't receive the message in the context of which it was supposed to be given, or should have been given, or that you thought it was given. And then what happens? Leads to miscommunication. And I always say this, miscommunication is just as bad as poor communication because they lead down the same road. Wow. They lead down the same road. That's good. So how does one get to where, I'm going to say I am, from where I was right to where I am now with communication? How would one, How do you start that journey?
Well, I'm
of
glad
being a
you
better
asked me.
communicator.
I'm glad you asked me.
Why?
I wrote it up. 4 reasons, 4 ways
Okay.
that people become more successful in relationships and communication.
Okay.
And you're going to attest to some of these because you changed and I changed to some. The first one, number one, how you become more successful in communication and relationships is understand that everybody doesn't communicate like you do.
That is so good.
Is that good?
That is so good. That's like being in a classroom. You know, every child doesn't learn the same.
Yes.
And so everyone doesn't communicate the same. That's a big mistake that people make. Would you say
Yes.
in coaching? Have you found that?
Yes. Is everybody doesn't communicate the same, but we make the assumption that everybody does. You know how we make that assumption? Is because I'm going to give it to you like I do. And that leads me to number 2. Number 2 says this: decide you're going to communicate with the person the way they hear it, the best way that they hear, the best way that they communicate. And I had to learn this with you. When you ever noticed how when I wanted to change this room, you know, normally I'd be over the top. We need to do this. I'm telling you, we get it. But that's not the way you operate. So what did I do? I came to you. I was very quiet.
Honey.
I slowed my pace down.
You did.
Because what happens is that's the way you receive. That's the way you communicate better. So what I did, they call this in communication, they call it blending. Blending is...
You blended me?
Well, I blended you. Blending is you communicate with the person based on the way they are and not the way you are. So,
but isn't that the most effective way when you want change or when you want something different? You don't think or do you think that is the best way to communicate with someone?
Huge. You know why? Let me give you the psychology behind it. Because we gravitate to things that look more like us.
That's good.
We push away things that look different. If I'm over the top, you don't want no parts of that. But if I'm like you, I'm quiet, I'm slow, I'm deliberate. And I said, would you look at this, honey? Remember we talked about this room? I did it, Joe. And now I look more like you when I'm communicating. And then some people will say, who are listening to this, they'll say, well, why are you pandering? Why do you just give it to them straight? I said, you know why? Because the way you doing it ain't effective.
Right. Like, I'm like, do you want change or do you want to be right?
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
And so people want change, but they don't want to make change.
Oh, say that again.
They do. They want change, but they don't want to make change. They want everybody else around them to change, you know, to fit what they need, but they don't want to change to make the situation better.
Wow.
So
that's good.
So what's number 3?
Number 3, get the tools you need. And here's what I mean.
I was going to ask.
Here's what I mean. Get knowledge.
I was thinking, you mean like a rose? I'm just kidding.
Get knowledge. If you know you need to be better at conflict resolution, then find a coach. Like a Coach Ken. Join his academy. You know, get the pocket communication coach.
Right.
Yo, we often say the pocket communication coach, the reason I created it is so that I used AI to help people communicate better. That's why the show is sponsored by Pocket Communication Coach. You got to be willing to go get the tools. If that means go hire a coach to help you with conflict resolution, love language, attachment styles, all of the things that you don't know. But why is it that we don't get knowledge? And I got to ask you a question. We get knowledge about everything else. We get knowledge about how to buy a house. We get knowledge on our jobs, how to do our jobs better. Why is it that relationships are the only thing that we don't get knowledge on? That we just expect it to work because of the way we feel.
And you know what? That's so true. We expect it to work. We expect people to know what we want. We expect people to be able to give us what we want and desire without investing anything in it. Why is that?
You know why?
Why?
Because of the way we feel.
Ooh.
We feel like because I love you, it's going to be enough. Because I'm going to do anything for you. But you don't know that in 5 years that we're going to be going up to the courts hating your motherfucking guts. And they're going to be like, I hate them. They crazy, splitting up the assets. And now the very first person that you said I love to death do us part, I can't stand that motherfucker.
I wish it died.
I mean, but that's what people do.
Yeah.
That is, instead of getting the tools they need. Mm-hmm. And the last thing is become an active listener.
That to be a great communicator, you have got to be a great listener and not listen. What do you say? You don't listen to...
You don't listen to talk.
Yeah.
You listen to understand.
Oh, you don't listen to talk. Okay. You say an active
listener.
Be an active listener and don't listen to talk. Listen to understand.
Yeah. Listen
so
for understanding. That was when our marriage turned around. Mm-hmm. When I finally understood who you were.
I think for me too.
I didn't understand who you were, but once I understood that when you walk away from me, you do that because you don't want to say anything that you might regret later. Mm-hmm. I didn't get it. I did not get it until I got it.
Until you got it.
Until I got it. And that's why 22 years later in our marriage.
But I will say now too that I now realize that when you come up here, it's not anger, it's passion, and that's something that I've learned as well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And before we go to our moment of truth, what advice would you give people, couples or people dating about communication? Now we talked about, and this is the thing, we talked about this letter about the homecoming. Now that was a real issue. We both see it differently, but here's the thing. Because you see it differently, that's even more why you need communication. Because you think, most people think that relationships, and I'm going to let you talk, baby, after this. I just wanted to get this out because I'm passionate about it. Most people think that you have to agree on everything
I was just going to say
to have a great relationship, but you don't. You just have to be willing to communicate the things through the things you disagree on.
That is so true, and be respectful about your differences.
That's
accepting and respecting. There are a lot of things, or not a lot, but there are some things that we just don't agree on.
True.
But if you're not mad at me for thinking the way that I think, I ain't gonna be mad at you for thinking the way that you think, and that's just that. That's just that.
Homecoming. If I see somebody I used to rock with, I ain't telling you. It ain't gonna make no sense.
I don't want to know about all of them.
She said all. It was. I mean, listen, it wasn't that many. I mean,
I'm just saying. But it's a couple of few. You let me find y'all in the picture. And you didn't say, I don't care nothing about it. And I don't give a fat baby's rump about you taking no picture, seeing somebody.
And that's what,
going
you know what,
somewhere.
you sure don't. I don't know why you're acting like you do.
But it just seemed like you hiding something. Because it just seemed like you hiding something. I told you, done told me.
No.
You done told me about this person and this person. You done seen coach such and such.
I don't tell you about everything.
This right here.
Homecoming, you don't get but 60% of knowledge.
Listen, that better be in the 60%. It better be in the 60%. I know it's some stuff I don't know about.
But you know what's funny about all this?
What?
And I'll say this. We communicated pretty much about everything. Even when women be in my DM, even though they know I'm a coach, even though they know I'm married, I don't hide it. They still, but I let you see it.
I don't really be getting people in my DMs like that, and that make me feel some kind of way.
They don't be in your DM?
No, I don't know why.
It ain't no glamour.
I don't be getting no good pics. Like my friends be like,
what kind of pics?
Look, like them pics, they be like, look what somebody sent me.
What kind of pics?
And I'm like, I've never gotten
your
one of
ass
those.
Like you want a dick pic?
I don't want
I'll
one.
I'll send you a dick pic.
But what's wrong with me that nobody ever sent it? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
Hold on, give me my camera. Turn this off. I send your ass a dick pic. You acting like you want one.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm just curious. Like,
what the hell you curious
why
about?
Why nobody be in my DMs?
You know what? I'm going to send you a dick pic. You getting one tonight. I'm finna go. Hey, look. I can't turn on the hub or nothing because the hub is out of it. But you getting you a dick pic tonight. All right, let's end this with
It's
with the
my
moment
turn.
of truth. It's your turn.
Yes.
All right, moment of truth, y'all. Our game. All right, let me see. You wanna? It's your turn. Hold on.
Yes,
you
you
gonna
did
go with
2
the sex
weeks in a
one?
way. You in a row.
Oh yeah. You gonna read it? Or am I gonna read it?
Y'all, don't nobody send me no in my DM.
okay.
But I'm just saying.
You gonna read
I just
it?
was curious why I didn't get them. Oh yes, I'm gonna read.
Your ass. Look, she tell my here. You get tell my I don't get no dick pic. Okay.
Well, I was just talking about people
All
hitting me
right.
up in the DMs. You went to
All
the
right, nigga. Let's don't go. Let's go. Let's don't go down the road like that. All right, I'm gonna send you one tonight.
Ooh.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay.
Show them the card. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This for my moment of truth game, y'all. A way that you can get to know somebody.
Oh, this is they're mixed in.
Yeah, they mixed in. I mixed them
Okay.
in.
So this is okay.
This from the regular
you
version.
overheard your woman telling her friend that she fakes an orgasm with you. You would A, say, so what? I'm gonna get mine. B, confront her about telling someone about your personal business. C, seek help with your sex life. Or D, find a side piece who enjoys sex with you.
Well, I'm finished. Okay.
So would that be A?
That would be A. I'm finished.
Golly.
I don't need. Hey, listen. At this point, you ain't gotta fake it. Let me go ahead and bust it. Let's go to sleep. Okay, but real talk though, I'd be like, why you telling your friends that and then come to me? Real answer is B though. I mean, you telling your friends and you didn't come to me.
Okay.
Because I feel like sensitive issues like that, you should communicate with each other.
Okay.
You know, ask the audience what they would say.
What do you think, audience? You overheard your woman, spouse, significant other, man, saying that they fake orgasms with you. You would say, so what? I'm going to get mine. A. B. Confront him or her telling someone about your business. C. Seek help with your sex life, or find a side piece who enjoys sex with you.
What y'all gonna do? All right, give me nothing. Give me nothing real quick. Give me one more. Give me one more. One more and we out.
Okay. From a man. What would you say makes a woman less of a woman?
Oh.
A. Sleeping with a man on the first date. B. Pursuing a married man. C. Having children to get government assistance. Or D. Taking care of a man in a relationship.
Wow. Well, what I would think that make the man less of a man. But,
That ain't the question.
Okay, the question. Woman, I would C. Having children to get on government assistance. Having children to stay on government assistance. I think that makes a woman less than a woman.
Okay.
You know, because, you know, you using your pussy and these kids to get money. And I don't like that.
For me, it would be B.
What would it be?
Pursuing a married man.
Okay.
You tramp.
And I can see that. I can see you doing that. But I think
You scallywag.
you taking that shit personal. All right, y'all. Look, thank you, honey. This has been a good show. I think a lot of people see our clips, but they don't go. They need to listen to all the content.
Yes.
Because we be spitting some knowledge.
And we do.
We be spitting some knowledge. All right. But other than that, anything you want to part them with?
Hey, just make sure you guys check out Candid Conversations,
Yes.
the live version.
Live version.
June the 22nd.
It's our first.
we will have the link in the.
We already have it. It's up.
Oh, I always be wanting to say, okay. So the link is up.
In the bio.
In the bio. Okay, that's what I was going to say. But
Yes.
you.
Oh, no, I was happy.
The link is up in the bio. Please, 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 if you're in the area, we would love to have you out. Don't forget,
be off the chain.
It is going to be off the chain. Guaranteed a night of fun. You can come alone. You can come with, and I had someone today to ask me, is this just for singles? No, it is for singles. It is for couples.
Married, divorced.
It's for people in situations.
It's just going to be fun.
It's people that it's complicated. It's for all that.
Think about it like it's just going to be, everybody's got to take on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know in our comments, everybody got to take on relationships. And you get to express your take. And it's going to be fun. Y'all going to be doing a whole bunch of different stuff. And then low key, y'all, as Taylor be saying, low key, it's going to be a place where men can meet women and women can meet men,
Yes.
but no pressure. You can just meet them. Y'all will see. But you got to come. Click the bio. Get your tickets today because it's going to sell out. All right, y'all. We the Grand Canyons, and we are
Happy Thursday.
out. Out.